I see some questions have come through, and we're going to try to answer as many questions live as we can. One of the questions that came by was about the voltage. Is there a 480 volt solution? Let me tell you now that with a high power CFL, you do need to know your voltage. These are not universal voltage products. They are 120 or 277. FYI, we do have a 347 for our Canadian neighbors to the north. 480 is not something that we have today, although we are working on it. The higher the voltage, actually, the easier it is for us. So that will be coming. Look for that in the near future. But today, remember, you have to know your voltage, 120 or 277. I'm going to take a minute now to talk about some other applications for high power CFLs. As we promised, there are some applications that for the most part we walk right past. We have what we call wall packs. Generally a small wall pack, the most that you can do is maybe bypass the ballast and screw in a 40 or a 42 watt CFL. Now we're going to give you some additional options. We have 40 and 60 watt high power CFLs that actually match the lumen count. On the larger wall packs, we can go from 60 to 100 watt. Again, taking out from high pressure sodium from 150 up to 250. It's a great alternative. And those surface mounts that are out there, you see them a lot in parking garages and the like. They're generally either 100 or 150 watt metal halides. The only alternative you have today is to switch that fixture out completely. A lot of people are going to LED or induction. It's a huge cost. With a high power CFL, in this case Edison based, you would be able to get a much quicker ROI by preserving the actual fixture that they already have on the scene. Because we know your time is valuable, we're going to do a quick recap right now on the different wattages we offer and the primary applications for those wattages. The 40 watter, as I showed you earlier in an application shot, is designed specifically for recessed cans. Folks, this is not your typical 40 watt CFL. This has nothing in common with like a 40 or a 42 watt spiral shaped twister CFL. As a matter of fact, the heat sink in this particular model costs more than a typical spiral CFL. This is made to last. An Edison based 100 watt metal halide is a 10,000 hour bulb. This is a 10,000 hour bulb. Puts out better light, higher CRI, better lumen maintenance, and of course, obviously, a lot of energy savings. We have 60 and 80 watt. We're generally installing them, seeing that our contractors are installing them in wall packs, 1x1 garage fixtures, Acorn and globe type fixtures. These places are municipal and public parking lots, commercial industrial spaces, parks, school campuses, really anywhere where they fit. 80 and the 100 watt are being used a little bit in the larger size wall packs, but also mainly in the low bay applications, again preserving that fixture, bypassing the ballast, bringing the power directly to the socket, and then screwing in the high power CFL. The 100 through 200 watt, again, are for your HighBay applications. They do a great job, and I can't imagine a shorter CRI with any other technology. This next slide is a little bit of self-promotion here. This is the first page of the MaxLight HighMax cut sheet, available at maxlight.com. We have referred to these as high power CFLs. That is the industry name. The MaxLight brand for these are called HighMax. MaxLight does not have an exclusive on these high power CFLs. The HighMax product is kind of like the Xerox of copy machines, in that we have actually seen Chinese imports that had HighMax written right on them, either HI-Max or outright plagiarism of our trademark HighMax. So we're proud. They say that to be copied is the best compliment. We do worry when people associate their technology with our name, because frankly we stand alone in that regard. There are some things that you need to consider when choosing your high power CFL. Certainly the mogul base option, I think you'll find, is across the board, and that's where the low hanging fruit is, as most of these applications, the biggest energy savings to be made are in high bay applications where high wattages will be needed. What we do also have a full line from 40 watts for recessed cans all the way up to the 200 watts. There's a newcomer in this high power CFL business. He is based out of Texas. He's a Chinese manufacturer, but he does not offer the full line. UL on all the wattages. MaxLight has an exclusive on that. Frankly speaking, UL has some issues with these high power CFLs, and there's inherent heat problems. Heat translates into that awful 4-letter F word, fire. We are the only ones who were able to meet the very, very stringent UL codes for this category of CFLs. We're very proud of that, and we've had that for some years now. Cooling fan on the higher wattages is absolutely necessary. The power consumed by that fan is almost immeasurable, but the CFM, the cubic feet per meter of air that flows through the system, is enough to keep it well within the maximum temperatures, even in warehouses that are not climate controlled in very hot environments. The HighMax product is patent pending. FYI, a little side note, the United States Patent Office is behind right now about 2.5 years. This patent has been submitted about 2 years ago, so we're hoping that it's going to be reviewed very shortly. And also the made in Korea. I visit Asia often. We have partner factories in China as well as in Korea, and frankly, you cannot compare the two. The quality and consistency out of our Korean factories is on par or close to on par with American standards, unlike China, where bait and switch and substandard components are still a major problem with their whole manufacturing industry over there. Ladies and gentlemen, we tried to keep it swift so that you will join us in future webinars that are coming. Right now, we will leave this webinar open for you to post your questions. We absolutely commit to answering 100% of all the questions, and we will send both the question and the answer to the full attendee list today. For any additional information on MaxLight's HighMax class of high power CFLs, visit maxlight.com. And also for those of you who prefer the HighBay type, MaxLight has a full line. You can find information on that as well at maxlight.com. Look for future webinars. We will try very hard to keep these webinars from being self-serving, to actually bring you value in your business and to your customers. Also know that we will make a video clip of this webinar today available to you so that you can share it with your colleagues and actually use this as a sales tool to aid you in your efforts of bringing energy efficient lighting products into the marketplace. I thank you very, very much for your time, sincerely. We look forward to having a webinar, your attendance in the very near future. Thank you very much.